this 41% of suicide, a suicide attempt rate of 41%, I should be more clear, attempt rate of 41%, that's insane. Because if you compare it to this statistic right here, 4.6 to 41%, that is, if that were anything else, it would be considered like an epidemic. It would be considered a huge problem. And the reason that I bring this up is because these studies, particularly here that I've cited, they affirm the exact opposite of what the study claims to be studying and the conclusion that they reach. So they're trying to support transgender people by saying we need to do positive affirmation therapy, which is basically agreeing with whatever the person says. If you're a boy, okay, I'm going to use he pronouns, even though I know that you're a female. You present as female, you look like a female, you have breasts, you have all of the signs of being a female. Gender affirmation therapy, after 10 years, particularly in the States, I believe, this number does not change. So we have to be prepared to say, okay, we tried gender affirmation therapy, we gave it a good go, it's not working, because that number, if I go back from 2013 to 2022, we're looking at almost a decade, in some cases a decade. There are studies that go back farther than that, but we're looking at a decade of being able to say, okay, we tried it, we bought the t-shirt, we need to move on. This is enough. Like, it's not working. Gender affirmation therapy is definitely not working because we're still seeing 41% suicide rates, attempts of suicide rates.
Does that mean 41% of transgender people attempt suicide?
Yes.
Out of 100?
Yes.
Transgender, 41 of
Yes.
But we don't know the cause.
We don't know the cause of
the attempt.
right. That's just a stat.
So transgenderism is often, it correlates strongly with other mental health disorders.
Okay.
So not only is it gender dysphoria, it is also a correlation with abuse, like substance abuse could be in there. There could be a mental health issue that's in there. There's a huge correlation with the transgender community between, say, what's a good example? An eating disorder often goes hand in hand with gender dysphoria. So there's concurrent mental health disorders, but it's distilled down into a community that we can say has a 41% suicide rate. So it's not helping the fact that we're having a gender dysphoria diagnosis on top of everything else. That goes unmitigated because, and also the doctors don't view it as a problem. They're not addressing it as any sort of mental health issue. They're addressing it as, good for you. Here you go. Go have your hormones. Go have your surgery. And so that's where we're at, is we're not addressing the problem.